Hi, I'm Ricky with Atlas Outdoors, and I'm here with the Teton X at the Overland Expo Mountain West in Colorado. And we're here to show you just a quick walk around and inside the Teton X trailer. So let's get started. So we cater to a wide variety of people that are just want to get off-road and still be comfortable when they get there. So whether it's a family, we have options where you can sleep up to 7 people in this trailer, but it's still like a nice small trailer with a 10-foot cabin and a 17-foot length. So you still have, it's still maneuverable and you can kind of get anywhere still. We've got air suspension on it, and it's a really off-road capable while being family friendly. We have a lot of couples that love to take it out because it's just so spacious inside. So, but I'll show you that, and I'll just show you the entire walk around. But the feature of our trailer is the kitchen that people love to work with. So we have a nice pull-out table here, a 36-inch table with bamboo, and then we have the 2-drawer cabinet, and so then you can kit it out with the turnkey kitchen. So it has the pots, the nesting cookware, and then the dishes that you might need for there. People always like to use this for the pantry items as well, so dry goods and stuff that you can put in here. It's nice to have storage there. That all slides away quite easy. So when you're working with it, you also have a 75-liter Dometic fridge on this one. You're welcome to switch it out for a different fridge if you need it, but that's generally the one that we go with. So it's really easy to put away, and that's kind of the nice thing about all of it, is that it's just easy to work with, and you can just slide it away and then you can be ready to go on to your adventure to the next location. The other thing about this is when it's slid in, you also have access to the fridge from the inside. So we can show you that when we get in, but on the other side of the kitchen here, you have a windscreen, and that'll pop off. You have a cutting board you can use, or you can move that to the back on your countertop here. The slide-off countertop just slides right off the top, and then you have a Camp Chef stove underneath. And now these burners are 20,000 BTUs, 2-burner stove, so it cranks out the power. It's a great stove to work with. So we've been loving that, and our customers have too. So right next to it you have a Dometic sink. That's a pretty standard sink in the industry, and you have the hot and cold water that is built into the trailer in the base. So you also have some more drawer accessories underneath here. We like this foam setup so that it keeps everything organized, and so that will keep everything where you need it, and very easy to use again. So that's all underneath this 270 awning, and that's part of the base of our trailer. So that will keep you nice and sheltered while you're cooking, whether it's the sun or the rain. We had some rain today, and we had a lot of people were huddled underneath it to stay dry today. So it's great for days like that, because it's not always going to be perfect, and we know that. So when you're cooking outside, you can also put walls around the awning, so that you can kind of make this into a big shelter if you need to. So there's plenty of options, no matter what the weather is. So that'll slide away though again, and then you're good to go there. And then this 270 awning, like I said, is in the base, and it goes all the way around the back. And then on the back, we've got different options. This one has the MOLLE panels on the back. So you can put things like roto packs, axes, shovels, lots of different ways that you can use those, and lots of different ways our customers use them. The demo at the previous show had a rooftop tent in the back, so you may have seen that on other videos. So that is an option if you haven't seen it. It's like these MOLLE panels here. They hinge open. You can set a rack on top, and then you can use that for storage, or you can put a rooftop tent on it. You can sleep 2 kids in there, or 1 adult. So that's really nice. And then of course you have the full-size spare, and you have recovery points underneath. So if you really get wild and crazy off-road, you have these recovery points underneath that you can use to recover it backwards if you need to. But you also have air suspension underneath, like I mentioned, so that's great for the trails. When you're off-road, it has a nice soft suspension, so it doesn't beat up the trailer quite as bad as other suspensions would. The other nice thing especially it's kind of unheard of on a trailer this size, but the other nice thing is that when you get to camp, you can use it to level, which is so nice. I mean, instead of trying to get it up on blocks and you have to try 3 times until you get it right, here you just push the paddle switch, the air compressor kicks on, and you're done in 30 seconds. You have it leveled. There's a little bubble in there that you can tell exactly where it's good, and you're set. I mean, you're good to start camping. So we try to eliminate the work of the setup and the teardown, and just make it, when you get to camp, you can just take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and get your stuff, get the trailer set up. It's not really going to take much of your weekend or however much time you have to spend. The trailer will be there for what you need to use it for, and it's not going to take a lot of your time to deal with it. So you can focus on the camping and the fun. But we're all built on a steel chassis here, so 2x5 steel. And so it's a very rugged build. It's got rhino lining underneath, so it makes it very durable underneath, waterproof. It's a synthetic board that the floorboards are made of, so it's not going to hold any water. You don't have to worry about any mildew or mold or anything like that. So it's also very durable and strong. And then everything from the chassis up, you'll see above it is mostly aluminum, so that keeps everything light. And then our walls are fiberglass with a foam in between, pretty standard in the industry, and they're light and yet still insulating, and they do a great job for us for what we need it to do. So we'll work around the other side, and you can see we have a portable solar panel set out here. So this is the solar panel. The ZAMP solar panels is what we use on the roof. So you have options to put up to 490 watts of solar panel on the roof. So that lets you, when you're off grid, you can still run the air conditioner, the lights, and all of your systems are still full go, and you can leave that there with the solar panels. They'll keep recharging your batteries, and you can just stay out. You don't need to go somewhere to plug in. So that's always nice. When you get to your campsite, when you finally find that perfect spot where you want to be, you can just stay there. So this is just an extra option to give you a little bit more power. You can plug that right into the side. But yeah, like I said, these are also on the roof. And then you've got the shower room as well. This is a double mounted Julka ensuite. And so this is a 2-room shower. So the shower is on one side, and then it's nice to have the changing room on the other side. You can also put a toilet inside the second room, which is very handy as well. So there's multiple uses for it. There's a roof that actually pulls over the top as well, so you can have the full privacy if you need it. And that just gives you the option so you can stay fresh on the trail. You can still have the shower room in here. So that all folds up. Again, very easy. These arms just fold in. There's just 3 arms. You pull a knob, fold it in, and then just roll it up into this bag on the side, and it just stays mounted on the side, and then you're ready to go. So moving around, you'll see our furnace and our water heater vents. So that's where our Truma components are. So they're operated with the propane tank on the front here, and so those are, again, great. The furnace does a great job for the inside. And then on the front here, we've got our dry box, and this is an upgraded option. We also have a tray option if you don't want the enclosure, but most people like this enclosure. It's an awesome, I mean, the space gives you so much storage space in the front, and that's always a coveted asset when you're out camping. There's always stuff that you need to bring along, and this is a nice sealed box to carry that stuff. The Molly panels, they're always an option on our trailers, but they're a beloved option, so we tend to put them on our demos. This is for, I mean, there's so many different options. We have different ideas of, the customer that originally wanted it, wanted to bring their dog kennels and put them up on top and tie it to the front, and it's just more to be able to utilize that space for whether it's for max tracks or like the Rotopacks like you see. There's all different options for that. So as we go up, there's the Cruise Master. It's a very this is the kind of the gold standard in the industry as far as the articulating hitches go. We've had nothing but great luck with these, and it comes with a parking brake on it as well. And then the front here, so with the Nomad suspension, the air suspension that I was telling you about that we have underneath the trailer, you need an air compressor for that. So your air compressor is built into the trailer. So you can add the port here on the front, and then you can hook up an air hose on the front, and then you can use it for blowing off dust, simple things like that, or airing up your tires after you got off the trails. So that's just a nice little option to have on there, even as a backup plan. If you already have one on your rig, you can have this as a backup plan. So we have a sturdy arc jockey here. That's for moving. It works well for moving it around, honestly, and it's very rugged built, so that does a great job for us. And then I guess the next thing we can do, if we're able to get inside, I'd like to show you the inside of the trailer as well, because that's kind of what we're buying it for. So when this door is closed, we can just latch this door back. This is the turn Overland door, and this is been an excellent door for us. So it actually comes apart. So there's a screen door on here as well, and so it's a really sturdy door. And so this is our shell, and then when it locks into place, it locks very solid. So, and that's because of these pins on the top and the bottom. They lock into place and give you that extra security. And the screen itself is actually a bug screen on the outside, and then more of a steel screen on the inside. So if you have pets inside, they're not going to scratch and wreck the screen. So this is a really nice door going in. And then when you hop in, we'll show you a little bit of everything here. We have the air conditioner on right now, so that's blowing cold air on us. Like I said before, this is a 12-volt air conditioning, so you can use this anywhere you want. And this does a great job. I was actually just using it this week when the lows are like in the 80s still in the southern Utah. You're not really going to sleep unless you have this unit to run it, and it'll run overnight and do a great job. And so it really does a good job with the battery power that we have. So I guess that's the next thing that I can cover. Underneath here we've got the batteries and the electrical components. So they are set up to operate completely off grid. There's 110 outlets throughout the trailer that you can use for your different appliances that you're using, or just plugging in phone chargers. We've got one right underneath me here, and then there's another one across the way here, and there's another one outside. So we've got plenty of options for that. But the Victron components that are running it are, so we've got a 3000 volt amp inverter, the Multi Plus that we use in here, and then we started using their Victron batteries as well. That's a new thing for us. So the nice thing with the batteries is that the BMS is not part of the battery, so we're allowed to put more batteries. Since it's a separate unit, we can fit more battery power into the same spot. So instead of 270 amp hours like it was, we can now go up all the way up to 660 amp hours inside. So that gives us plenty of power to operate the air conditioning, and like something like this where it's like an induction burner if you have that inside. That's kind of a new idea for us. And then we've got like a sink inside, so you can have that. And so there's plenty of different options that give you the comforts of home while you're anywhere. Whether like wherever you end up, you can hop in the trailer and you have all the stuff that you need right here in the trailer. So speaking of comforts, we've got our queen mattress here. This is the east-west setup. The mattresses are actually dual-sided, so there's memory foam on one side and just normal foam on the other, so you can pick your which one is the most comfortable for you, and then you can just roll with that. And so you're always, they're super comfy, and all of our customers we always hear how comfy they are, and it's so much better when you're out adventuring and you can actually get a good night's sleep so that you feel like you're ready to go the next day. So you're not getting home and you're just worn out from being just the exhausting tossing and turning. So you get a nice comfortable sleep with this. The way the bed's set up, you use this Lagoon table to support the bed, and you can also turn it north-south. So you can turn these mattresses 90 degrees, and then that's really nice because then you're not climbing over each other to get out. So it just feels like it gives you a little bit more space as well when they're going north and south. You can actually add a pad on here and make it into a king bed. So a huge area to use for your bed. And then what the families love is that you can put a bunk above. So with the way that this roof pops up, it gives you all this extra space above. So now we have room to put a bunk up here, and you can have the kids sleeping up above. We've even had husband sleeps below, wife sleeps above because they just like their space. We have, or if you're just bringing maybe father son combo, we have had that too, where they have one up below, one above. So we also have a mattress on the front bunk. So there's you can sleep up to 5 people on the front here. So that gives you plenty of options inside. And like I said, you're also able to put 2 outside on a rooftop tent if you like. The bunk here, this one can support 200 pounds. And if you make it into a double bunk, you see these brackets here. This would make the bunk, if you have the second bunk here to make it into the double, it'll have a hinge in the middle, and then it'll come out to here. So you'll have actually this huge area that you can put you can have 2 kids up for. So the double bunk has a 300-pound capacity. If you're not using it, you can just take it right out. There's these spring pins that pull out. You can just take the whole thing out and leave it at home if you're not going to use it for that trip, and then you just have more space in here. So we also have people that like it just because they like that use of that space. It gives them a shelf to put their stuff. So when they're camping, they can put stuff up on top. It just gives you that extra storage space. But we also have shelves in the front, and those are always here. And these are they're there if you need them, and they're easy to pull out of the way if you don't. So we've got the shelves drop down, but they also pull out of the way. So if you have somebody sleeping here, you can have them the shelves out of the way, and then you have plenty of room underneath. So like I said before, this is the access to the fridge. You can kind of see the fridge inside there. It's easier to access obviously if you don't have the mattress there, but it can be done either way. Like I said again, this is a newer option for us. The induction burner is kind of easier to see now. That can also be moved outside, which is a really cool option. So if you don't feel like cooking outside in the morning, you have this option here, as well as a sink. And this is our vent for the heater. And so that would be to keep you warm at night, the Truma propane furnace. And that does a great job, especially with a smaller trailer like this. It's a more maneuverable, but yet spacious, since it's built out over the wheel well. So you have plenty of space inside. You have the standing room, but it's still not big enough that you have to really worry about. The heater does an awesome job of keeping it warm in here in the colder temperatures. So there's tons of options to keep you comfortable and to have a really enjoyable camping experience no matter where you want to go. So you can bring the wife, bring the kids, and have a blast, and just go out and enjoy your adventures, and not be held up with where you're going to sleep or who's going to sleep where, and be uncomfortable or anything like that. So I hope that you enjoyed the tour of the Teton X trailer, and feel free to call with any questions. You can visit our website, atlasoutdoorsusa.com. You can reach out to X-Grid Campers. They're a dealer of our trailer, or you can just reach out to us directly if you have any questions that we can help you with, and we'd be happy to assist you in any way we can. You can also follow us on Instagram or on Facebook, on YouTube, Atlas Outdoors USA. Just look us up, and we've got all sorts of content coming out all the time. So thanks again, and check out the Teton X.